Okay, 90 seat belts.
Hi, my name is Alejandro. I'm a 17-year-old, just kid, pretty much.
Just a kid.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, just trying to get into the car business, you know?
Trying to? You already had an amazing start. So for all of you watching right now, this is a bone stock 240sx. Pretty much one of the biggest unicorns in the car industry now.
Yeah.
Because everybody missiles them, engine swaps them, changes the suspension up. But you went on this long hunt for a stock one, right?
I've been saving up for the car for probably since I was like 15 or whatnot. So, like, I saw it. I drove a whole bunch of virtual ones, you know, video games or whatnot.
Yeah.
Since I was like 8. And then, like, afterwards, I was like, this is the platform I want. So I was like, find me, like, I just started looking for a stock one around like Craigslist ads and whatnot. And then this one came up and then just had to take it, you know?
Well, I think what blew me away was when you were telling me about it, and then you're like, yeah, it's a bone stock. I was like, no one has a bone stock 240.
Yeah.
And then I think the only thing you said that was different was the aftermarket wheels that have no brand name.
Yeah, it has no brand, like no name brand, like Steelies.
Steelies, yeah.
And it has an HKS exhaust system.
It doesn't sound that bad though. It
Yeah.
sounds pretty good to me. But what kind of blows me away is that, you know, there's the KA24, the dual overhead cam. This one's the single cam.
Yeah, so this is the original USDM 240sx.
Mine was originally a pig nose, but unfortunately the head gasket was blown. So I never got to drive the car. I never got to feel what it was like before and after.
Yeah.
And you have like this amazing before experience if you decide to do anything with the car.
This car is gonna be fixed up, hopefully in a couple years. Yeah, you know.
Mechanically, the car is like perfect.
Yeah, completely perfect. Runs like a dream. It's a daily. I drive this to school every single day, so.
I think that has to feel pretty cool though, that you're pulling in like a 240 compared to like a normal commuter car or something like that.
Like people just drive in with like their Toyota Camrys, Honda Accords, Honda Civics, and then I just drive in with like my.
And you're like, I got wheel drive.
Yeah.
Still gets up and goes though. I mean, it's not like you're waiting and whip. So your speedo doesn't work like you said.
Yeah, the speedo doesn't work at all.
Crank.
So,
oh, purple tint, watch out. Your dash is crackless. All the interior, like I can't believe how well your door panels are out too. Like they're so nice. All the back seats, all the stock seats.
Yeah, it comes with everything pretty much.
Only thing is, like you said, your alignment's a little bit off, so you're just kind of fighting a little bit every now and then.
Yeah, you can let it go and just like watch it just like
go this way.
Yes.
Your speedo's making me crack up.
Yeah.
It's going back and forth, like to one extreme to the other.
Yeah, it just decides where to go, one side or the other, and then it just picks or chooses.
Dude, yeah. This thing handles really good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Is this stock suspension?
Completely stock. So
that's when you go, it's the chassis.
Yeah.
You know, like the 240sx chassis is so chased after because of its wheelbase and how light it is. When I drove my 240 with the 2J up front, it's a completely different car. You know, you feel the weight up front a lot more. But you know, that's more of a let's go this way car.
Yes, straight line.
Yeah. But it keeps its momentum up so well. Like I feel so bad because for some reason in the back of my head I thought I was gonna like have to kind of get it going.
No.
But no, it just goes. It's great.
And that's because of the low miles.
Yeah, shifter feels great too. Brakes, stock brakes too, right?
Stock brakes, yes. They brake, but not as fast as most new cars.
You know, it's funny. This makes me want a bone stock 240 now.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I need to stop. I have too many 240s now.
You can never have enough. Right?
I know. Well, have you ever noticed that? Somebody who has had a 240, they hardly ever leave them. They always get more.
Yeah.
Like, I went to somebody's house one time and they were working on like 4 of them at once. So I was like, holy crap. Overall, as finding your first car, I think you're one of the few people, I think, because a lot of people your age go, David, what should be my first car? And they're like, should it be a 240? I go, no, because they're so hard to find like this. Like if it was like this, I'd be like, more power to you, dude, go for it.
Yeah.
But like, it's just so rare anymore.
Yeah, because a lot of people just end up just like, they're either wrecked or just too expensive to like a high schooler's fast food.
People overcharge for them so much.
Yeah.
And the reason so many people get 240s is for platforms. And the reason I'm driving this car today is, one, I love 240s. Two, I wanted to see, is it really worth like giving the single cam or just a bone stock 240 a bunch of hate? Because you go, is it really that bad? Is it, because there's cars out today that make the same horsepower and it's so much slower than this.
Yeah, because the weight.
Yeah, it's so light and it's very nimble still. I mean, you go like this and,
and it's not
bad.
It goes, yeah.
I had never driven a single cam, ever. This is my first time. And I've driven the dual overhead cam and a boosted one too. And I was like, oh yeah, they feel kind of slow, but whatever. But I thought this was gonna be like horrendously slow.
Something that you could like, just like...
Yeah, thrash around or whatever, but it's a really smooth engine. Like it's not disruptive. Like even if you kind of flip the throttle, it's really not that jarring or anything.
Yeah.
So tell me about your speedometer that keeps locking all the way around.
Oh yeah, my speedo doesn't work. It's not that big of an issue. I just make sure I just keep it under like 15.
Yeah.
Over, so. But most of the time it just says I'm either going 90, 95, or 105.
I feel like you're killing the game no matter where you go.
Yeah, people always think I'm speeding or whatnot, and I'm like, nope.
When I say you did the right thing, I think you really did the right thing with being patient. And a lot of people I don't think are very patient trying to get a 240.
Yeah.
I was one of them. I could have found a shell or a car so much better than the one I did, but it was right in front of me. And it was offered, you know, and I was like, oh, sweet, let's just jump on that. And I got let go of the wheel for 2 seconds. It's like, oh. And, you know, I made my life so much harder. Had I started with a 240 like this, it would have been night and day. You know, I would, because is there any rust on this car?
Just like,
a little bit?
No, just barely. No, the only, like, it's in the battery area, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's common though, like the tray?
Yeah, it's expected, but everywhere else it's rust-free.
Yeah, we had to cut the battery tray out of mine because it was just a piece of rust. Yeah, it was just worthless.
Yeah.
Did you learn how to drive stick in this thing?
Yes.
God, everything's in this thing.
Yeah,
First car, learn how to drive stick.
Yeah.
So great.
I didn't even drive this thing home. I had a buddy drive it home.
Oh, really?
Sylvia front-end coupe. So.
Oh, cool. If you have plans with the car, what do you think they'll be?
Probably save up for like a nice Origin body kit, Type X tails. I want to get an RB engine, RB25. So that's like my dream goal right there.
Oh, you can do it? Yeah, absolutely.
But start small and then work my way up.
Yeah, like I couldn't imagine how like many people would freak out if you had this car like just clean on the outside, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, by the way, it's bone stock. Like that would blow my mind. Because I go to Caffeine and Octane, and there's somebody else with a bone stock coupe, and it was an auto, and I was like, oh my god, like that's crazy. I know we're like rehashing this 10 times during this video, but I dare you, everyone watching this, to go on Craigslist right now and try to find an untouched 240. I'm sure your search was really tough.
It took me 4 months just to find the thing, and I had to reject so many cars. That's because just like small issues that could turn out really, really big down the road.
And you could have just been like, oh, whatever, like I just want the car.
Yeah.
Because I think car fever is a big thing we all get sometimes. It's like, I just want this car.
Yeah.
I don't care how bad it's gonna be. And you end up just going like it's like I want to douse it, but I have no idea how fast I'm going. It's like, oh.
I'm gonna start. I want to get an automotive engineering degree and then just work on building the things I like.
Yeah.
With a good company.
All right, what she got?
She kicks.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, this car. Oh yeah, this car only has how many miles?
Around 79,000. So people are always surprised when they see like my exhaust, but then they're surprised even more when it actually like sounds like decent.
Oh yeah. It's funny. Somebody back in the day heard my Mustang one time, and they weren't really a car person, and they're like, "Dude, how can I make my Maxima sound like that?" I'm like, "It doesn't work that way. You know, it has to be the type of motor." And I think these motors in general have a pretty deep tone overall.
Yeah, that's the good thing about a KA.
Yeah. I drove a turbo KA S14 one time, and I loved it. Everybody's like, sacrilege, like you gotta get rid of the KA. And honestly, it It was so much fun.
Torquier in the bottom end, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a truck engine, so.
Yeah, it's literally, so I just recently drove a D21 hardbody, and it had the same engine as this. And I was asking myself, you know, how much of a difference is it in the truck compared to the actual 240sx? And oh man, it's like
major difference.
A major difference. All right, well, appreciate you letting me drive this. I had a great time. Still am having a great time. Anyway, to everyone who watched this, thanks for watching this, and good luck to you with your build over time.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe.